37 seconds. I can already see the display. Recently, in my previous videos, I've been trying to resurrect and save my old netbook from back from 2009 to see if I can get anything out of it and give it a second life. So I decided to install AntiX Linux on it. And if you're interested what happened to it and see the whole process, I'm gonna put a link in the description. You can check it out. But as a spoiler, it did work fine during the installation, but I didn't get such results that I was truly happy with. Even though it is still working, it takes quite a long time to load. Actually, it took about 2.5 minutes to load, which I think is a bit overkill even for such very old machine, because Windows 7 was only taking about 30 seconds to load. So I think this is a bit too much. But then I got a comment from one of you guys telling me that I should try AntiX Linux. And yeah, indeed, why didn't I try that? So I decided to try out AntiX Linux today and see if it will work better on this very old netbook and see if it will work. My main concern is how long it will take to boot and will it be able to handle videos on YouTube. So stay tuned and let's get started. But before start, if you're first time to the channel, please take a second to click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss new videos. Also, if you like this content, please support with a like and let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions. Anyway, let's get started. So the AntiX Linux experiment worked fine. I have successfully downloaded it, flashed it onto the USB drive. The installation went smooth. Everything is working great. Everything was installed, all the drivers. I didn't have any issues with Wi-Fi, nor graphic card. Everything was working fine. And my main concern was the boot time because, like I said, it was taking about 2.5 minutes to fully load. And I think it's a bit too much. And another thing that I was trying to figure out is whether it will be able to run browser with YouTube. And as a result, it was able to run 720p, even though it was loading the CPU at 100%, but the picture was synchronized with sound, so it was good. And it was better than running it on Windows, because on Windows, the sound was breaking up and you couldn't hear perfectly clear what's going on in the video. In that case, it works great. But today we're going to be installing AntiX Linux, a similar distro to AntiX Linux that is also based on Debian, and it is supposed to be lighter and quicker for older hardware. Well, today we're going to find out. So let's go ahead and do that. Well, first thing first, let's go ahead and download AntiX Linux. For that, we're going to go to the antixlinux.com, then go to the download page, and here you can choose what you want to install. I'm going to try the full version because, well, I don't mind having like handy pre-installed applications that I don't need to download manually, because it's only 1.8 gigabyte and I have like 128 gigabyte SSD there. But if you're really short on storage, you can download AntiX Base. That's only going to be 1.2 gigabyte. And that one won't have any extra applications. You simply need to download them yourself. And there's also the Core and Net that are much smaller. Those don't even have the GUI environment. So you will have to install it yourself. But that is if you know what you're doing. Anyway, I'm going to download this AntiX Full. And for the 32-bit, of course. So let's just click on that one. And it's going to take me to the SoundForge and click Save. And look how faster it is. I was also downloading this Poppy Linux to try to install Poppy Linux on it and check how slow it is. Like, it's just something going on. I don't know what's the problem with that speed, but maybe the mirror is just overloaded or has very low speed, because it will take one day. Like, I'm not even going to wait to download so long, but hopefully that's just a mistake. Anyway, AntiX is almost downloaded and we're just going to flash it. Okay, it's done. Then go ahead and open Balena Etcher. I like to use Balena Etcher because it's very simple, but if for some reason it doesn't work, you can use Rufus. It has more options, so you can manually configure it so it will work. But 99% of the time, Balena just works fine, and it is actually working better with Linux ISOs. So click Flash from File, Let's choose this AntiX. Open, select target, USB drive, select, make sure you have copied everything from the drive before you continue, because it will format it and remove everything from the USB drive, and click flash. Alright, validation is complete. Let's shut it off. Well, let's go ahead and try out AntiX Linux. Just gonna start it. Yes, everything's working. So good. So as you can see here, we get in this splash screen that says AntiX-23.2 root x64. Well, that's not an x64. So we got a few options here. There is an AntiX-23.2 386 full. Then there is a safe video mode, virtual box video, fail-safe boot, boot from the hard disk, that if you don't want to boot from the USB drive, memory test, and switch to GRUB bootloader. So we just choose the first option and press enter. And I tell you, it already loaded the Linux kernel faster than MX Linux. Well, there we go. So we got to the live boot, and it actually worked very fast, like super quick. And let's see what we got here. And man, is it working quick. Wow, it almost works like the same way it worked when this was just back in 2009 and it was working on Windows XP back then. Yeah, everything working quick. Look at that, it's instant. Wow. Let's close that. And let's see if, so what do we got here? We got the display resolution, DPI, CPU is not bad, frequency, it's not even working too hard. And I like this graph here. This is so cool. So it actually gives you like a little insight of what's going on this computer. Then for the RAM, only 90 megabyte is used. Oh wow, like this is like, I can't believe it's only 90 megabyte out of 2 gigabytes. So that's why it's running so quick, because it is not handling all these extra tasks that you don't need. I can't believe how smooth it is. Like, oh man, like this is just like flying. Wow. Well, I already like it. So, and there's even an app killer here. I don't think there is any apps that need to be closed right now. So anyway, wow, this is so cool. Let's just, I'm already liking it. So let's go ahead and continue with the installation. So I will just click on this installer. And it basically has very similar to MX Linux installer. I think it is actually the same as MX Linux. They're probably just sharing the same everything. But I can already say it's loading quicker. The way it works is just unbelievable. Like, I have never seen it working so quick on this machine, probably ever. Or maybe like 15 years ago when it was brand new and when all the software was way less heavy and it was just running a lot easier, was easier on the hardware. And check this out, even when the installer is running, it is not loading the CPU to 100%, which is also great. Okay, so the installation process is very simple, just like what we did on MX Linux. Simply choose the keyboard first. Then you can choose how you want to install it. You can customize it or use regular install using the entire disk. I'm just gonna do the same, use the entire disk, because I don't need anything on this disk and I just want it to be like fully installed on the whole disk. And then press next. Then make sure, like in your case, if you have anything on the disk, make sure to copy it before you proceed, because it will format and use the entire disk. and it will remove everything from the computer so that it will be gone and you won't be able to recover it. So make sure to copy everything and then press start. And the installation has started. Let's go ahead and call the computer name. I'll just call it ASUS EEE PC, and then press next. Just change some settings, time format, and then press next. Put the username, call it EEPC, and then choose the password. You can select a different root administrator account, but if you want to have two different passwords, then you can choose to auto login, then press next. And that's it. Just gotta wait until it finishes copying new system and installing it. But I can already tell it's installing it quicker than AntiX Linux, and of course quicker than other operating systems as well. I'm just gonna fast forward it until it's finished, and then we're gonna continue. And check this out, only 285 megabyte of RAM is used. Like, I've never seen such low RAM usage ever, but that's so cool. And yeah, like the CPU is only loaded like 50%. That is cool. So it's not actually overkilling it. Okay, so well done. Let's go ahead and reboot the system. And when we're gonna reboot the system, make sure to remove the USB drive that we used to install AntiX Linux, because if you don't remove it, it will start booting back to that USB drive, which we don't want. So make sure to remove it. All right, so just click finish. All right, so now we can remove this USB drive. As you can see, I have removed it. And now it should start booting to that AntiX Linux. And yeah, look at that. So there we go. So we can just, I want to see how long it will take to boot. And then we're going to compare it to the AntiX Linux. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Wow, 37 seconds. I can already see the display. Let's wait. Oh, there we go. So like 40 seconds, I would say, and it's already started working. Well, maybe like with all this file manager and stuff, 50 seconds. This is like almost 3 times faster than AntiX Linux. So yeah, you can definitely see the progress. And check this out. So it has the CPU running at about 7%, 4%, 2%. So very low CPU usage. It has used it just a bit in the beginning, and then it just dropped down right away. The total RAM used is only 100 megabyte. So just imagine it's only using 100 megabyte. For example, on my Windows 10, on my laptop, it's using 6,000 megabyte regularly, like when it's just working in idling, when I'm not using any apps at all. When I simply start Windows 10 on my Lenovo Legion 5 laptop, it's using about 6,000 megabyte of RAM constantly all the time. And if I start some more apps, it can quickly go to like 9 gigabyte. So imagine this one is only using 100 megabyte right now. And as you can see, for the disk space, it has only used even less than 6 gigabyte. So this is incredible. Let's go ahead and check out how it works. So like I said, everything is just like light and quick. So there's your stats at the bottom here. You get in some information. So your memory, the total is 2003 megabyte. Free is 1600 megabyte. This is your CPU load, RAM, swap. So yeah, it gives you a lot of different stats. And you also have two workspaces. You can switch between one or first or the second workspace. So if you in the first workspace run out of space, switch to the second one. This is so cool. Let's go ahead and connect to the Wi-Fi. Let's go to the control center, network. Let's check out the Wi-Fi connect. Okay, so let's go ahead and connect to the Wi-Fi. Okay, just find your network here. Gonna connect to this network here. And there we go, it's connected to the internet. All right, let's go ahead and check out how it's gonna work online. I really wanna see how it's gonna be working. So let's go ahead and close that and turn on the browser. So it does use Mozilla browser like everybody else. And let me just make it, I'm gonna make it like this so we can see the CPU usage. And you can see that the CPU usage is still going 100% as soon as I turn on the browser. And the RAM usage just went up to 400, but we still got lots to go, though the CPU usage is still quite hard. So let's go ahead and check out YouTube videos. So you see that the CPU usage is still 100% all the time. The RAM usage went up to 500, almost 600 megabyte. I'm just gonna close this one here. And yeah, it does take quite a long time to load. It's not instant. Well, it has loaded. The CPU is just like flat out 100%. Never even stops, as you can see from this graph. It has been 100% all the time. The RAM went up to 620 megabyte. Let's go ahead and play a video and see how it's going to handle the video. As you can see, it's still loading. So let's just click on this video. I want to play the same video that I tried on AntiX Linux and see how it's going to work. Yeah, there is no need to look at the stats anymore because as you can see, the CPU is just throttling 100% constantly. So I don't think it's going to ever go down until I shut off this web browser. Like once it's loaded, it's actually viewable. Like it's given me a slideshow, but it's actually viewable. And you just got to be really patient when you click on the button on the link. It will just take a little extra time. Look at this, 730 megabyte already. Like it was using only 100 megabyte before. Now, as soon as I started Windows, it's just using like 750. Well, let's find out a small video. All right, well, let's just check out this one here. Let's see what the quality is by default. .360. So yeah, I want to try at least 720 because 360 is just not really visible. Like it's all blurry. So let's try out 720. I know 1080 won't work on this netbook ever, but 720 might. At least it works on MX Linux, so why shouldn't it work on this AntiX Linux? We'll start again from beginning. Yeah, the sound is not synchronized with the picture, so you just seen one picture and hear different sounds, so that's not very good. Yeah, you won't be able to watch anything with this like that. It's really not working. Yeah, I'll check this out. The CPU usage is hitting 100% all the time. The memory went up to 830 megabyte. Yeah, it's just like you click and then after like 20 seconds you get the reaction from the click. So no, that's a no-go. I don't think it's would be easy to watch. It would be a pain to watch anything. So yeah, what I can say, yeah, it is still no-go for even for this AntiX Linux. It is not able to handle YouTube videos because they just require too much processing. And check this out, as soon as I shut off the web browser, the CPU usage went to 3%, the RAM usage went to 140 megabyte. So I think everything else should just be working fine. Let's check out these applications, what we got. So I want to see if how off is going to be working, because I tried it on MX Linux and it was working. I want to compare it, see if it's going to be any quicker than on MX Linux. So yeah, like you see, it does work and you can work here. And yeah, it works similarly. Like there's no difference. There's still a little bit of slideshow. So I wouldn't say it's working faster than MX Linux. It does work faster in the way that this operating system, like you can see the mouse is just moving fluently and the RAM usage is way less. So for the operating system itself, it does work smoother and it actually works way quicker. So like as soon as you press on it, like it's instantly opens up. But still programs like regular programs that you would expect, like from web browser, anything that still requires a bit of processing power, still gonna be working similarly, because I think it is not the problem with the RAM usage, because like I see I have 2 GB of RAM, it's only using 170 megabyte of RAM, so I'm still got lots of RAM. But the problem is with the CPU, because when you start, it's just a slow CPU, so it's not able to run these applications. Yeah, that's it, guys. I tried MX Linux, I tried AntiX Linux. Let me know if there is any other operating system I can try on this netbook to make it run even faster. I was thinking about trying Popular Linux and I was trying to install it, but it didn't work. So I decided to download a different version of Popular Linux to see if that's going to work. I don't know if that's a problem with secure boot, but let me know if there is any other operating system that might be quicker than AntiX Linux. That'd be interesting to know. But this is it for today. I hope you find this video helpful and you like it. If you like it, please support with a like. And if you're first time to the channel, please take a second to click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss new videos. Also, if you want to support my channel, you can use super thanks or just simply buy me a coffee. I appreciate you guys very much and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.